With the crazy real estate market these days, houses are being sold by the second. You only get a couple of minutes of house showing before going through a bid war to win the house. But did you know that even if the house passes basic structural, roof, and mold inspection, there are still other health concerns that the inspection won't tell you? Your dream home should nurture your health and support your well-being. Well, here are 5 warnings that home inspection report won't reveal, yet they are a must-know before you put an offer on any property. At the end of this video, I will share some solutions that may help you fix some of these concerns. Of course, some are not fixable. Number 1. Railroad tracks nearby. Trains that transport goods run 24/7. If you happen to live nearby, train can cause loud squeaking noise all day long, including the midnight hours. It gets worse when you live next to a crossroad where trains employ horns before passing intersections, and that can wake you up at the middle of the night, especially if you have infants. Number 2. Living next to a refinery, factory, or a farm. Being restricted to a short time to decide on the property does not mean you have to live in a toxic air quality zone. Factories and refineries pollute air with harmful gases. Farmers overspray their crops with pesticides and herbicides. These chemicals can be a major health concern for your kids and yourself as well. If you still live in denial, just follow the news about lawsuits against these harmful chemicals. Number 3. Transmission power line nearby. Unfortunately, home inspection won't comment on the electromagnetic field that are emitted from these power lines. Maybe some people will consider it an aesthetic concern more than a health concern, but more and more studies are confirming that living next to a power line can affect your health. If you are not a believer, consider the unbearable zapping noise when you walk under a high voltage power line. Some people immediately feel headache. Number 4. Utility meter against the headboard of your bed. This is another issue most of us ignore, and it can be a game changer for a lot of people. Utility meters, or the main panel, is where all electricity that you use in the property gets distributed. Hence, the magnetic field emitted is highly concentrated next to meters and electric panels. It is highly recommended to consider remediating this issue, especially if the bedroom is small or if you are not able to relocate the bed to avoid these fields. Number 5. Cell phone towers nearby. Another concern with electromagnetic pollution is the radio frequency emitted from cell phone towers. If you happen to have the tower on top of the building or in your backyard, then you also need to consider the high magnetic and electric fields caused by the high power consumption of these towers. If you still live in denial, just follow the news about how the Telecommunication Commission (FCC) failed to provide an evidence that the current guidelines are adequately protecting the public against harmful effects of exposure to 5G and wireless technologies. These are not my words. The goal of this video is to enlighten you to these concerns and offer some help. Regarding power lines and cell phone towers nearby, you can consider an EMF testing done by someone who has measuring devices to confirm safe levels. If you happen to love the property and the EMF levels are high, some of these fields can be shielded at a reasonable cost, although distance is your best option. If power line or cell phone tower is literally in your backyard, I would pass on the house and feel bad for the unlucky who will buy it. Consider a high-quality, HEPA-compliant air purifier for the indoor, especially if you live next to a polluted air. I would also consider closing the windows when farmers spray and harvest. Railroads. This is a tough one. I wouldn't even consider the property to begin with. Thanks for watching. If you're curious about EMF and how to test it, please watch this suggested video on the top. See you next time.